Riftbound just released a new Spiritforged teaser trailer. It's not really a trailer; it's more of like an announcement teaser on their YouTube channel. And I've already seen this. It released like 2 hours ago, but it's really cool, and it shows off a lot of the new cards from the new Spiritforged set. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to just like jump right in. We can watch it together, and then I'll comment on some of the cards that they show, and then I'll dive into the card gallery after that and talk about some of the other cards that aren't featured in this video, but are really cool. Before we get into that, I want to thank everyone for their support. We just hit 500 subscribers, really awesome milestone. So thank you again for watching, for commenting, for liking. Really appreciate all your help to kind of allow me to do this. And yeah, just wanted to express my gratitude to all of you. But anyway, let's get right into this.
Chengren, it's 6-4, and I'm holding both battlefields.
So I have to conquer both and hold on to them to win the game.
Yeah, that's impossible. Your Draven doesn't stand a chance against my Azir and his mighty sand soldier army.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here because they don't show Azir later, I don't believe. Azir being calm and order domains, so green and yellow. And his text is, your sand soldiers have weapon master. A lot of new terms there. Sand soldiers are token units that presumably are 2 might tokens instead of the normal 1 might tokens. And Azir gives them weapon master, which means that they can have like equipment put onto them immediately, like when they're played, I believe, like when they're brought in. So I believe that's what weapon master means, but I think they explain that. Anyway, he's like a different Victor, a new style of token deck. So you're paying 1 and exhausting him to play a token unit to your base. Really interesting. It has to be to your base. It can't be to battlefields like Victors can. And yeah, it's a new style of token play. What I'm really interested to see is how token play works in the green and yellow domain combination, because that combination is really good for control. I'm actually really excited for that combination because I feel like Leona doesn't really like hit the mark when it comes to like control play style. Like the stunning mechanics aren't really working. People are trying to make her work, don't get me wrong, but I don't think she's very strong. But the green and yellow combination is like really good. You have some of the best like spot removal in the game, like direct single target removal. You've got access to counterspell effects and like Wind Wall and Defy. You've got big minions like White Flame Protector. So I just like the green and yellow combo, and I think it'll be really cool to see how a new legend plays in that combination. But anyway, let's keep going.
That's 10 total might, buddy.
We'll see about that. I attack with Draven,
Puny.
pay 1 power, and give him +2.
Ooh, scary. Not.
That's not all. I pay 1 and play Blood Rush, then give Draven +2. I pay 1, play Blood Rush, and give Draven +2.
You don't have to repeat yourself. I heard you the first time.
I'm using our new repeat mechanic.
Oh, well, it's still not enough to conquer.
With my remaining runes, I'm going to support Draven with the longsword.
He did the Mulan thing, you know, where they take the sword and they go shing, and it's like reveals the face. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. But longsword, a 2-cost gear. I'm not going to talk about Draven because they show him later, and we'll talk about him when we get into the card gallery. But I think this is our first gear that we're seeing, so I'm gonna talk about it. It's an equipment gear, and it costs 2 and 1 power. It has quick draw, which quick draw is just like reaction speed for gear, especially specifically equipment, I believe. You pay 1 power to attach this to a unit you control, and it gives you +2 might. So you can attach these items or weapons to your units in combat to give them additional might and sometimes additional effects as well. Really cool idea.
Uh-oh.
Man, I'm good. With my 12 might to your 10, I will conquer this battlefield and wipe your sand soldiers off the board.
Whoa, not so fast. I wonder what this thing does. I'll grant this quick draw equipment Sterix gauge to the one and only Emperor of the Sands, Azir. That gives me 3 additional might. You need not follow the map, but you must witness, which gives me 13 total might.
I know I didn't pause it on Sterix gauge, but we're going to talk about it later. Don't worry, guys.
I guess there's only 1 move left. I invoke Rule 650.
Riftbound Rule 650. A player may concede at any time.
GG. Close game. Hi everyone, Changren and Dave from the Riftbound team here. We hope you've been having a blast with the Origin set.
We've been seeing a ton of theory crafting, starting from the initial card reveals, and the team is super energized by the amount of excitement that you, Riftbounders, have shown for our game.
As
We want to see
continue
something
our
that beats
Riftbound
Kaisa.
journey, we wanted to introduce everyone to our
Something that beats Kaisa, and it's not Master Yi.
Spiritforged. Weapons aren't
Right,
just
guys?
tools. They're extensions of your might and soul. The forged aspect is the steel you wield, while the spirit represents the Ionia Spirit Blossom, which has lifted the veil between the mortal and spirit realms and made its way home in some of the champions and art for our new set.
Spiritforged takes Origins and builds upon it in every way, with more ways to play each domain, 12 new legends, equipment that lets you enhance your units in new ways, and a new
12
gear
new
token
legends
type
is pretty
gold,
cool.
which provides a new path to power. You won't believe some of the cool stuff we have coming your way.
Not to mention 12 incredible Spirit Blossom overnumber cards, like these.
Dave and Chengren aren't allowed to show you these cards yet.
Dang it.
Huh. All right. Well, here's something we
wanna
can
see
tell
'em.
you about equipment.
Take a look at Trinity Force. Equipable for the low cost of a single power, it grants your unit +2 might and also gives you an additional victory point when you hold a battlefield with it equipped. Tons of damage.
Actually, it's just +2 might and a victory point.
All right, moving on. We've also got equipment that's a little tricky to play, like Guardian Angel, a card that prevents its unit from dying one time.
But equipment is only as good as the unit that holds it.
Kinda like
Well,
Zanya's
that's not exactly
on
true,
a
as it can enhance any
attachable
unit or champion
gear.
you play, but
It's
it does
interesting.
help to know how you use the equipment. Enter Weapon Master, one of our new keywords that allows units to equip something for free when played. Take a look at Lucian Merciless. He can conquer again if he wins the fight, and with the right equipment in his hands, he definitely will.
Mastery of equipment is definitely strong, but I prefer speed. Quick Draw is our other new keyword. With Quick Draw, you can play equipment from your hand onto a unit as a reaction, like on this card, Longsword. Quick Draw makes equipment an important part of the chain.
The chain, is that one of our new weapons? Haha, gotcha.
The chain is the sequence where players respond to each other with activated abilities or reaction spells until both are done. It is not a physical
I like this voice actor. I don't know who it is, but
Dave.
I like him a
Who is
lot.
saying that?
We actually don't know.
There is something I do know all about, our new champion legends Sivir and Renata Glassic. These two champions are all about gold. They create it, and you get to spend it.
Spending gold gets you a power resource of any domain, letting you play more powerful cards.
One of my favorite new
It's like a
champions
temporary
is
seal,
Draven,
like a one-time
Vanquisher,
use seal.
who generates gold when he conquers. Time to cash in on all that adoration.
And one of my favorite new champions is Draven, Vanquisher, who generates gold when he conquers. Time to cash in on all that adoration.
Dave, you okay? Why are you repeating me?
Sorry, I was just excited for the final mechanic reveal, Repeat. With Repeat, you can play a spell twice, if you can pay its cost a second time.
I'm going to pause here because I don't think this spell shows up on the card gallery for some reason. Feral Strength, 2 cost, reaction speed, and repeat 2. So you pay the cost again to do the spell again. And you give a unit +2 this turn. So I guess you can just like play this once, and then if you have 8 runes, you can tap them all and give something +8. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Like you can just keep doing it, which is really good, I think. I mean, this reminds me of Discipline, right? Discipline is 2 cost, +2 might, and draw a card. I feel like Discipline's good because you're drawing a card. You wouldn't play Discipline if it was just the +2. But would you play it if you could just do it again and again and again without drawing? Maybe. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good effect, honestly. Like being able to spend excess mana. Now, see, a lot of the time though, you're gonna have other things that you want to play, and so how often do you actually want to spend all of your, runes on just buffing up units? I'm not sure. I'm also not sure how this works. Like if it goes into the chain, your opponent can react to it, and then can you put this on the chain again? You might have to declare how many times you're doing it first, and then have that be set in stone. But really interesting card, like keyword anyway.
Spells like Feral Strength are good, but if you have the runes, we don't have to settle for good. We can have great.
All this talk about repeat is making me think that our last game needs a repeat too.
Wait, what do you mean? Chengren, it's 6-4, and I'm holding both battlefields.
So I have to conquer both and hold on to them to win the game.
That's right, it's impossible. Wait, why does this feel familiar?
Don't worry about it.
Sweet. Okay.
Lost a
Couple
second time.
things. Where is it? As the video was going, I was like looking in the background to see if these are any like new products. I think these are just Origins boosters and then Victor and Jinx starter decks. That's a Lee Sin starter deck. That's a Jinx one. And I think this is just a case of, or a display of Victor boxes. So nothing new. Really unfortunate. Where is this? Trinity Force. There's not a single 3 on this card. Kind of a missed opportunity. Like, could have made it like a 3 cost plus 3 with score 3 extra points when you hold, but whatever. It's fine. Not upset. And then what else was there? There was something else too. Oh yeah, I wanted to see this guy's. You can see like Dave's massive collection. Where is it? Look at all these cards over here. I wanted to kind of see if anything over here was new. I'm pretty sure that's Shaper of Water back there, and this might be a Disintegrate, but not sure. Oh, and they got the ruins up here too. Anyway, okay. So, really cool video. Let's get into the card gallery and talk about some of the new cards they revealed because they didn't show them all in this one. Okay. So many colors, I know, but this is really exciting. So this is already up right now. You can go and look at these yourself on their on the Riftbound website inside the card gallery. They just have them organized in the new Spiritforged set, and I sorted them by what do I have them sorted by? Card number descending. So you see the legends first. So let's talk about these new legends. Sivir first, so orange and purple. So just like Misfortune. Battle Mistress. When you recycle a rune, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. When one or more units die, ready me. Really interesting. So, gold, as we've discussed. Let me pull this. Can I pull this up here? Yeah. So, gold is this little gear. Kill this and tap it, and then as a reaction, you can add power. So, essentially, it's like it's just a seal that is like one-time use, and so you generate it. It's a token gear, right? So you just keep getting more of it over the course of the game. So when you recycle a rune, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. So you're recycling the rune, but then you can use Sivir to kind of get that rune power back in the sense that you can use it to do stuff in the future. So it kind of recovers the cost of recycling runes. And then when one or more enemy units die, ready me. That's a big keyword, right? Because normally you'd exhaust her like only once per turn, and you have to wait till your next turn before you can like awaken her. So being able to exhaust her, do something, and then kill enemy units, and then make her ready again, and then play more stuff, you can potentially do 2 or 3 instances of this gold generation effect. It'd be pretty hard to do, but it's possible. Is this good? I have thought about this a little bit. I know I saw this card like an hour and a half ago. But I thought about it a little bit, and I feel like at face value, the effect is not nearly as good as Kaisa, even though it's similar to Kaisa, because it is trying to like save your rune power costs, which is crazy. And we've seen that that's really good in Kaisa. However, it's not like you get this every turn, right? You have to kind of make it work. Like you have to recycle runes to make it work, and then you get them later, and then you can, and only then like later on when you spend the gold have you actually like gotten the cost back. So I'm not sure how good it is. Now in orange and purple, again, there's gonna be new cards in Spiritforged, and so there might be more synergy cards coming out for this. Are there direct damage spells? And there are in orange, because you have Flurry of Blades and you have Cannon Barrage that deal damage. So you can use some of the orange spells to kill things on your turn and then ready Sivir up again. The direct damage spells in purple, I think the only ones are, I might be wrong, but I think the only ones are Super Mega Death Rocket and Bullet Time. I think every other purple spell doesn't do direct damage. It just like moves things and like is shifty. It like forces the enemy to retreat stuff. So I'm not sure if you can kill units with purple spells. It's really just the orange ones. So we'd have to see a little bit more support for that to be good. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Renata Galask. Chem Baroness. It's the Victor colors. When you or an ally hold, you may exhaust me to play a gold gear token exhausted. Okay, so that one comes in exhausted. Does this one come exhausted? Yeah, it does. Okay, so these gold gear tokens come in exhausted. When your score is within 3 points of the victory score, your gold add an additional 1 energy. So they give you an energy and a power if you're late game, if you're close to victory. So this one is kind of I guess it's a late game focused strategy, or maybe an aggressive one. So you want to build up to get to 5 points really quickly, and then all of a sudden you just kind of snowball from there. So it's a very snowball-y legend. Very cool, very cool. Azir, we've talked about him. New kind of token play, right? You have to play equipment, but then you can play 2 might tokens to your base. And it comes in the green and yellow domains. So it'll be really cool to play like a token deck in those domains, because they have access to some really, really good spells. And then we've got Aurelia, another new one. Same colors as Yasuo, green and purple. When you choose a friendly unit, you may exhaust me and pay 1 power to ready it. When you conquer, you may pay 1 extra energy to ready me. When you choose friendly unit, you may exhaust me and pay a power to ready it. So is this just like Mistfall, the gear Mistfall, but in Legend? Like you can exhaust her to pay a power and make it a unit ready. And then when you conquer, you can pay 1 energy to ready me. It's like having, right? Is that just Mistfall? Like you have Mistfall as your legend? It seems like this seems really good, I want to say. I feel like Mistfall's not great because it's an orange. But being able to ready things for a single power in the green and purple domains is pretty good, because there's a lot of movement-based stuff in those domains, right? You're thinking Kayn, you've got Yasuo, you've got Siren, which is a gear that like gets you to move things as well. That seems really good. That seems really good. Huh. Okay. Spinning Axe. Okay, let's talk about Draven first. The new Draven legend, Fury Chaos. So same colors as Annie and Jinx. Very aggressive. When you win a combat, draw 1. You win if only your units remain. This is defining what a win in combat is. Drawing after you win combats. Wow. Super good. I mean, there's not much to say about that. Like you're constantly like, as long as you can keep pushing out the aggression and beating your opponent and things, it lets you refill your hand. This feels like a much better effect than the Jinx effect for an aggro deck. I think this is going to be really good. Spinning Axe is his signature spell. It has quick draw, so it's a reaction speed. You can equip it for a wild rune, so either red or purple. And it has temporary. If this is unattached, kill it at the start of its controller's beginning phase before scoring. Meaning that equipment can be unattached, right? It can be at your base. So this one has temporary, meaning that it needs to be attached, or else you've dropped it, right? Thematically, it's like Draven dropping his axe, and then it gets destroyed. So you need to constantly be juggling this equipment and having it attached to your units. Love that theme. That's really cool. And it's a 2-cost gear, but it gives +3 might, which is really strong. Yeah, really cool card. Blade of the Ruin King. Oh, I love the art on this. It's so good. Man, that art is just sweet. 3 cost and a single power in the order domain. Equipment, you equip it, you pay a power and kill a friendly unit to attach it to one of your units. And then it gives you a +4. So 3 power for a +4 might, and you had to kill something. If there's things that you want to kill, it's pretty good. If you're playing like Victor and you just kill off a single recruit, it's the equivalent of going +3 on your might, and you only paid 3 energy and a power. Seems like it could be good. I think if there's more equipment synergy, you can play this in Azir, so you can give Blade of the Ruin King to your Sand Soldiers. If there's equipment synergy, I could see this working out really well. I just don't know how good +3 net might is for just 3 energy. Yeah, I guess this is persistent though, because I think maybe if units die, you can take their equipment and then put it to your base. If that's how equipment works, that's crazy because then you can continually attach them, paying the costs. I think if that's maybe that's how equipment works, and if that's the case, then this is yeah really insane. We'll have to see. We've got a common card, 2 cost, 2 might, Overzealous Fan in the Chaos Domain. When I defend, you may kill me to move an attacking unit to its base. Oh, okay. So it's like he dies, but then whoever attacked that battlefield, you send it back to base. Really good against these single attacker decks, like I guess Master Yi, right? Because Master Yi likes to single defend and have like just big things. So maybe that's the counter. Like they can't get their conquer point. Pretty solid for a common card. I like it. Trinity Force we've already seen. Again, very sad. There's not a single 3 on this card. Not even in the number down here. It's a 4 cost equipment. Equip for 1 power. Gives you +2 might on the unit. And then when you hold, you score an additional point. So similar to Ari, right? But it's on an equipment, so you attach it to units instead of it being a unit itself. And so, I don't know. That seems pretty good. You're giving something extra might, and that's more stuff that your opponent has to push through. Just bigger numbers. Okay. Lucian, 3 cost, 3 might. Merciless. A lot of different, what would you call these? Like tribes? It's like champion unit Lucian from Demacia. He's a sentinel, so apparently sentinels will be relevant at some point. Weapon Master. When you play me, you may equip one of your equipment to me for 1 rune less, even if it's already attached. So I guess you can move the equipment from one unit to another. The first time I conquer each turn, ready me. So yeah, quick moving. It's like he conquers, becomes ready. You can move him back and then move him into something else. I see this definitely having more synergy with like the Misfortune deck, like orange purple, because there's a lot of purple cards that allow you to move things, so you can conquer the other battlefield. Also really good if you play him to the battlefield where units have ganking, because then he gets ready and then you can immediately gank over to the other battlefield. Very solid. Here's the alt art version. They're running with the High Noon one, which is very cool. I know some people don't like the splash arts being used as alt arts, but I personally don't mind it. This is really cool. So, Svelsonger, I think is how you say it. Svelsonger. You got Nunu in the background. Nunu and Willow back here, rolling a snowball. So this is like Nunu's pipe, I guess. Cost 3 and 1 power. You have to pay an energy and a power to attach this to a unit you control. As this is attached to a unit, copy that unit's text to this equipment's effect text for as long as this is attached to it. It's a +0 might. So what this does is essentially it doubles units' effects. So think of the possibilities. What's in the green domain that you could double effects of? What? The green Master Yi, right? So it's just an even bigger unit in the late game, like when you have extra runes. What else? Now I'm blanking and I want to go into the green. What are the green units that you could double up on? Caitlyn? You shoot something twice? Can you exhaust that? Does that work? What's effect text? Can you tap the equipment and Caitlyn to shoot something twice? Is that nuts? Wizened Elder, when I'm buffed, I have an additional +1. I think I just, pulled it up. So is that just an extra +1? Ari scores an extra point. If you got an Ari and you hold, you score 1 point, and then this weapon means that you're scoring an additional point. That seems like it'd be broken. If that's how this works. Yeah, if that's how this works, then Ari scores 2 additional points. So you hold for 3 points out of the 8. That's nuts. That is nuts. And then if you have Time Warp, if you somehow play this plus Time Warp, that's 6 points in like a single combo. I don't know. Seems kind of good. That's the most exciting weapon we've seen so far. Sterix Gauge in the green domain. It costs 2 power, but it gives 3 might, and it has reaction, quick draw, and yeah, still just 3 energy cost. Good. Just solid overall. I don't know how much better it is than Longsword because it does cost an additional energy and power. Guardian Angel. So it looks like Zanya's on a gear equipment. If I would die, kill this instead, and then heal me, exhaust me, and recall me. And it gives a +1 might. So it's like a buff. It's a 2-cost buff that you have to pay a power for that saves it from death. Seems really good. I wonder how that interacts with Guardian Angel. Like, I guess you wouldn't trigger Guardian Angel then. And you wouldn't trigger Zanya's. I don't know if you can pick one. It may be both. I have to see the specifics. Doran's Shield, just a 1 cost. You equip it and it's a +1, and it gives them tank. So it must be assigned combat damage first. Okay, so we have our first example of tank being able to be given to anything. That's kind of crazy. If you give anything tank, I feel like that's gonna create some broken combo at some point, because now you can give tank to something with deflect, and if something has tank and deflect, like that combination was not in Origins, I don't believe. But if something has tank and deflect, it becomes a nightmare to deal with. It's almost like game ending, because now they have to give up their power to target that thing, and they're required to target that thing. I don't know, man. Seems like a pretty crazy thing, but it's in the green domain, so I'm not sure how much deflect there is in green. I have to go back and check. Longsword, we've talked about that. And then Draven, we looked at Draven already. When I win a combat, you play a gold gear token exhausted, and then when he attacks or defends, you can pay a power, and if you do, you give me +2 might this turn. And I believe you can just do that repeatedly. Maybe not, because it's when I attack defend, you may pay power if you do. It might be just a one-time thing, because it says when. Okay. But then you pay a power, and he's like a 4-cost 6. I think this is way better than the original Draven in Origins. I think that Draven's not good. But this seems really solid. No power cost. Yeah. I wonder what the purple one is, because there's going to be a purple one. And so what these mean is that there's going to be a green Azir and a yellow Azir. There's going to be a blue Renata Glask and a yellow Renata Glask. There's going to be a purple and green Irelia. There's going to be a purple and orange Sivir. And they're probably going to have some synergies with those effects. Really neat. Okay, but I know this video has been really long, guys, so thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are able to get out to some Nexus Nights, some community events at your local game stores. Hope you're able to find product. Best of luck to all of you who are trying to find product. I know it could be crazy out there right now, but I do believe it'll slowly get better, and people will be able to find these cards and be able to play the game. I do truly believe that Riot wants to get these cards into people's hands. So just a matter of time. Just be patient. Stay strong out there, guys. We can do it. And yeah, that's all I've got. Thanks again. Peace.